Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love, and today we're going to be talking about fasting and whether or not it actually helps with weight loss. Now, for those of you that don't know me, I've lost over 100 pounds. I've been maintaining my weight for over 15 years. Trust me when I tell you that I have tried everything in the book for weight loss. So I've done fasting. I have done everything from like crash dieting, from like these crazy fad diets, everything, okay? But today's video is all about fasting. So just to give you a little background, I have done 7-day water fast. I have done 5-day water fast. I've done egg fasting. I've done bone broth fasting. I've done it all. And just to answer the question, like, does it actually help with weight loss? The quick answer is absolutely. Fasting is an amazing tool for weight loss, but you have to do it correctly. So what is fasting? So believe it or not, everybody fasts. So while you're sleeping, you're actually fasting, which is one of the reasons why we have breakfast, which is actually like break fast, you know, breakfast. But some of us just fast a little longer than others. So you can intentionally fast a little longer, which is when you would extend it to maybe 14 hours or 16 hours, 18 hours. But fasting in itself just means you are not eating. So all in all, very simply put, fasting means you are not consuming food. You're not consuming calories, you're not consuming anything. You can still have liquids, water, coffee, tea, but you're not consuming calories. So there are different types of fasting. Now, one specific way that I tried that I saw amazing results was with OMAD. So OMAD is 1 meal a day. And I know that sounds crazy. The first time I ever even heard of fasting, I was like, absolutely not. Like, that's not anything I will ever do. But what happens is you just learn. You start very slow. It's one of those things where you have to just kind of listen to your body, gradually move up. So you can start with a little 12-hour fast and move into a 14, a 16, 18. And I'll talk a little bit about that after. But one day I just so happened to do 1 meal. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, I actually felt really, really good. The thing about OMAD that's absolutely nuts is that you actually don't have to change your diet. Now, I'm not saying continue eating processed foods and all the junk, but the truth is that you actually don't have to diet and you will still see the results. And there's a few reasons why. It's not only because you're eating less calories or you're eating less food, you can actually consume the same amount of calories and food. What happens is you're just consuming it in a very tight window. So OMAD, you're gonna do it between like a 1 to 2 hour window. You're gonna eat all the food. You can eat your breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can have one huge meal. You can snack for the whole 2 hours. Whatever you want, it's just for those 2 hours, and then you close off your eating window. The only thing you'll consume after that would be water, tea, coffee. But what happens is your body is able to burn through that food, and as soon as it burns through that food, your insulin goes back down, and our body has 2 fuel sources. So you're basically burning glucose, which is sugar, carbs, or you're burning fat. So as soon as your body burns through all of your food, boom, it switches into burning fat. And then most of us have hundreds of thousands of calories of excess food or energy in our body. And so your body just starts burning your own fat. And that's where you will see that drastic fat loss. So in reality, when you think of weight loss, you're not really chasing weight loss, you're chasing fat loss, because the truth is that you can take a diuretic, you can, there's a few things you can do, go running, go get into a sauna, you're gonna sweat a bunch of water out because our bodies are made of 70% water. So you can literally sweat so much and you're gonna see that scale move. But in reality, do you really care about losing a pound of water, or are we trying to lose a pound of fat, right? So that is where intermittent fasting is clutch. Personally, I think it's the best way to burn body fat, because when you're intermittent fasting and your body doesn't have actual food to digest, it switches over and starts burning your own body fat. So I can do a very in-depth video of fasting and how like it works and how it like helps purify your body and cancer cells and all of that. But right now, I just want to talk to you about fasting and weight loss and doing 1 meal a day. works exceptionally well. I have done it. I'll show you my results. Great results. I felt amazing. I had a ton of energy. I was able to enjoy like a big meal without feeling restricted. Like I would literally just eat whatever I was craving. And it was more of that mentality of like delay, don't deny. And there's a book called Delay, Don't Deny. I absolutely love it. And that's kind of the mentality. Like you're just gonna delay it. You're not gonna starve yourself. You're not gonna feel restricted. You're just gonna push it out a little. Then you're gonna sit down. You're gonna enjoy it to the absolute fullest. And when you're done, just call it a day. You're gonna feel satisfied anyway. You're gonna be super full anyway. It's not anything like where you're gonna literally stuff yourself until you feel sick. You're just gonna be nice and full and satiated, and you're gonna be like, dude, I am good. Like I do not need to eat. I enjoyed it, and now let's move on and do whatever else. So that is OMAD, 1 meal a day. Works great. Please comment down below. Let me know if you've done it. I would love to hear your story. I'd love to hear your results. Did it work for you? Did you love it? Did you hate it? You know, let me know. Okay, so I have my little notes here. So then we're gonna talk about the different types of intermittent fasting. So let me just grab my water. You guys know me and my water. I'm always trying to stay hydrated. I'm gonna put in my little packet of Element chili mango. It could literally get me every time with this. I love it. It tastes so delicious. It has all the electrolytes and minerals, gluten-free, vegan. It has no sugar, no calories, all super clean ingredients. And just the fact that I get to enjoy a drink that tastes delicious and it's hydrating my body, giving me all the electrolytes and minerals that I need. It literally just makes me feel that much better about drinking it. I like to do it just like this in my tumbler. You can literally make popsicles, you can add it into a cocktail and enjoy it that way as well. I love it just like this. It helps me drink all my water throughout the day because I really just enjoy it. Right now, Element is actually giving a free trial pack. So it's like a sampler pack with all of their flavors with any purchase. So just purchase any of their flavors and they'll send you a pack and then you can try them all and then see which one is your absolute favorite. But I'll leave the link in the description below. And go ahead and mix this. So good. So the other styles of fasting that have worked really, really well for me have been the 14 hours. That's like beginner. Then you have 16 hours where you're a little like, okay, I got this, you know. 18 hours, that's like, you're on fire. You're really gonna feel that energy boost. The only thing to do from there is a 24-hour fast. It doesn't mean you go the entire day without eating. Basically, you can eat dinner the night before at like 7 p.m. and then you'd have dinner again like today at 7 p.m. So you don't actually go a whole day without eating. You just have a 24-hour period where you don't eat. So imagine your body is burning your own fat, which is why you see such great results. Because imagine not having any food in your system, but don't be afraid of that. I mean, obviously consult your doctor and all of that. I'm not a doctor. This is all from just personal experience. I will show you my results. There are so many people that literally live by intermittent fasting. It is so good for you, for most people, I should say. So yeah, talk to your doctor or any health professional about fasting before you start. So the reason why you see better results the longer you fast is only because your body has more of a chance to burn your own fat stores as fuel. And that's exactly what we want, right? Like any of us that have a few extra pounds of, you know, a few extra pounds on us, it just means that we have excess fuel, right? Excess energy, which just means we've just overeaten a little. So that's all it gets down to. So the fact that our body is able to burn that as fuel is amazing. And that happens through intermittent fasting. Now, I learned so much from Dr. Fung. I read his entire book. Amazing. It teaches you so much about fasting. I'll leave it linked in the description below. I probably read that book like in 2 days. Yeah, because I was having these gut issues and I read up on it and I realized how our bodies are just natural healers. This was years ago. And I was just so interested in knowing like how our bodies can heal itself. And so that's when I did a 7-day water fast. Isn't that crazy? 7 days without eating. And it cured about 80% of my gut issues. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. We're not gonna get into that. I am like the queen of going off on tangents, okay? So we're not doing it. Just to clarify, the reason why intermittent fasting works so well is just because you give your body the chance to burn your fat as fuel. Because remember, fasting means you're not eating. So if you're not putting food into your body's gonna eat. So if it doesn't have the carbs, if it doesn't have the sugar, if it doesn't have food in your digestive system, boom, switches right over to fat, which is technically called ketosis, right? And your body goes into a ketogenic state, and that's when your body switches over to burn your fat for fuel. Now, if you have questions, leave them in the comments below. I will try to maybe like do a part 2 if you need me to. The last thing I want to talk about that is also very helpful. This is more of a, how can I explain this? I've done it. I've done them all. They all work. And I'll tell you why they work. Now, some people might be like, absolutely not, Maya, you're crazy. But let me know if you've heard of an egg fast. Have you heard of a beef fast? Or have you heard of a bone broth fast? So I have tried all 3 of them. The one that I did the longest was an egg fast. I did that for 3 days, and I think I lost about 5 pounds or something. So I was really surprised to see the scale move that much. But the reason why they work is because you're basically having 0 carbs. So what happens when you have 0 carbs is your insulin is very, very low. So when your insulin is very low, your body is able to burn fat because in reality, it's not like you're eating a lot less calories. So they're all very different. They are very doable. I'm sure you've heard about some of these. So just to summarize, yes, you can lose weight by fasting, whether it's through OMAD, whether it's through intermittent fasting, or even trying like a bone broth, an egg fast, or a beef fast. Now, what they all have in common, the reason why fasting actually works for weight loss is because your body switches over to a ketogenic state and starts burning your own body fat for fuel. And there's nothing better than to be able to burn your own fat when you're trying to lose weight. So I hope that was helpful. I tried, because there's just like so much I want to talk about. I've been intermittent fasting for about 5 years. So I have like so many different scenarios that I'd love to talk about, but I just wanted to come on here and just talk to you about how you can use fasting as a tool for weight loss. If you have questions, comment down below, but I hope it was helpful. If you have friends and family that are trying to lose weight, that you feel this would be helpful, please send them my videos, share my channel with them. I have so many recipes on here that would be helpful as well. But thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Mwah.